Welcome back to Max Reaction. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day. I'm having a good and blessed day. As many of you know, my newborn son was born a couple days ago, and I want to thank each and every one of you that have left great and nice comments on my post. I really appreciate it, and we're just truly excited here. But for now, we're going to react to a video called Who Discovered the Philippines? And we all know that big, fat, famous lie that's being taught everywhere, even in schools. And that's the lie of Magellan finding the Philippines. That's clearly not the case. I mean, I don't see how anybody could possibly believe that when there was kingdoms already in the Philippines. There was people that he met already in the Philippines, whether it be, you know, the king in Cebu or the great Lapu-Lapu on Mactan Island. They were obviously already there, and before them, there was people definitely there before them as well. Who discovered the Philippines? We may never really know, but, you know, we've been doing a lot of recent history reactions, you know. I mean recent history like in, you know, world wars and stuff like that. But we went further, like during biblical times. And could, you know, the Philippines possibly been discovered by Adam and Eve? Were they placed there? Maybe, you know. But if not that, then who? So let's check this video out. Let's react to it. Let's see what he has to say.
Mabuhay, or in Kapampangan, Luid kayo. Almost 500 years ago, on March 16, 1521, Ferdinand Magellan famously discovered what is now the Philippines.
No.
Discovered, yes. As if what we now call the Philippines and its islands and its people had never existed, as if they were just hidden underneath the waters of the vast Pacific Ocean.
Sarcasm detected. He don't believe it. I don't believe it. You shouldn't believe it neither.
Place no one knew existed until this guy showed up and said,
I found you. Now you belong to my king.
So today, let us learn more about this discovery of the Philippines.
Let's learn, Kirby. Let's learn.
At number 1, Ferdinand Magellan was a Portuguese sailor for the King of Spain. He was credited for being the first to circumnavigate, or in other words, sail around the world. But at number 2, in reality, Magellan did not even complete his own expedition.
Why? I think I can guess why. Because Lapu-Lapu said, heck no, I'm killing you. So that's another big lie on Magellan's part. So, you know, Magellan was well connected, so lies got spewed all over the place, it looks like. And unfortunately, a lot of lies are believed still today. But, you know, videos like this, other information out there can open some eyes. And there's a lot of lies throughout history, you know, a ton. And a lot of people say, you know, history is written by the victor. And that's true, you know. You can still find the real history, but yeah, the history that gets spewed out on many people, it's definitely going to be written by the victor.
He was killed by the natives of the Visayas, allegedly by local ruler Datu Lapu-Lapu in the Battle of Mactan, in what is now the Philippines, halfway around the world. So technically, he was not the first to circumnavigate the earth. Ferdinand Magellan was slain before he was able to completely sail around the world. So at number 3, it was his second-in-command, Juan Sebastian Elcano, who led the surviving Spanish sailors to continue and complete the voyage, and thus successfully sailing around the world.
They about not even made it too.
That indeed the earth was not flat. But were they really the first one to sail around the world?
Probably not.
At number 4,
probably
in this
not.
expedition, Ferdinand Magellan was accompanied by a slave named Enrique de Malacca, otherwise known as Henry the Black. He was a native of the Southeast Asian archipelago who was enslaved by the Portuguese at a very young age. Upon arriving in the Philippines, Enrique was able to communicate with the natives of the Visayan Islands using his own mother tongue, the Malay language.
Wow, it's amazing that he could talk to them, you know. I did not know that.
What are now known as Bahasa Melayu or Bahasa Indonesia. And for whatever reason, Enrique stayed in the Visayas when Elcano left to complete the expedition. It is not known whether Enrique left Cebu to come home to Malacca in what is now Malaysia. But considering Enrique's Austronesian roots from what are now the islands of Southeast Asia, that he may very well be the first person known to successfully circumnavigate the world, and his ability to communicate with the natives of the Visayan Islands proves another contradicting point to this so-called discovery of the Philippines. So at number 5, was the Philippines really discovered, and was it really Magellan and his crew who were the first foreigners or outsiders to arrive and discover these isolated islands we now call the Philippines?
I doubt it.
The answer is
no.
The islands that now make up the Philippines had long been interconnected with other parts of the world. It belongs to the vast Austronesian family of nations, spanning the oceans in between Africa, Asia, and the Americas. And along with the rest of Southeast Asia, it sits at the heart of a vast network of civilizations.
Not even close
from
to
the Arab world to ancient China to ancient India, and yes, even as far as Africa and Polynesia. Travelers, traders, and migrants from all these places have traveled across what is now the islands of Southeast Asia, including the Philippines. They exchanged many things between one another at a time when Europe was still reeling from its dark ages. So no, the Philippines was not discovered by Ferdinand Magellan or any other European for that matter. If anything, it was Europe that was indeed isolated from the rest of the civilized world at this point in human history. So now what? Well, it is important for us younger generations to reclaim our own histories, our own roots, and decolonize our minds from the generations, if not centuries, of miseducation brought about by colonialism and imperialism upon our people.
They still do that
and like
today.
What we always say, no history, no self. No history, no self. And that is it for me today. To learn more.
This guy, this man, Kirby, has an awesome channel. He does a lot of history on the Philippines. Definitely go check his channel out. He'll broaden your mind tenfold. So I'm going to leave his link down below. But he had hardcore evidence and facts that, you know, Magellan's a lie. You know, the more and more I learn about Magellan, the more and more I don't like, you know, I just don't. But that's somebody higher up on him spreading this lie, because obviously he died, so he couldn't be spreading a lie that he, you know, found it. So it was the people that barely made it back, got back to, you know, the king and said, hey, let's spread this. And unfortunately, over history, that's happened a lot. Like here in the United States, they drove it in our head when I was a young child. Columbus, Columbus, Columbus. You know what? Screw Columbus, because he didn't discover America neither. Anyway, absolutely fantastic video. This kind of video, like, puts question marks above your head and gets you really thinking, and that's what I like. I like videos that can get you thinking, get the gears moving, and you know, makes you want to go find out the real truth. So yeah, we're always in search of the real truth. I know I am. I know you should be. So I don't know. Leave your comments down below. Let me know. Let me know if Magellan was driven into your head, you know, as you were young. Maybe you still are young and it's still happening. Let me know the lies that are being taught, because there's a lot of lies being taught, a lot of misinformation. It's all over the place. And all we want to know is the truth, right? You know? Even when searching for the truth, you know, you might see something and be like, oh man, this could be it. And then maybe that's not the truth neither. So you always got to be looking and digging, and that's what we'll do on this channel anyway. Whether it makes people mad, happy, whatever, it is what it is. We're human. Those are emotions, and we all have them. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your comments down below. Let me know what you want me to react down below in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, the like button, dislike button, whatever. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace, love, happiness. Spread it from you to me.